Ladies and gentlemen, before I roll the intro, Spaz, I want to hit on something, boss. I love your freaking energy. I love how motivated you are. You want to see my beautiful face? You can see my beautiful face. I love you being here. I love how fired up you are. And I love that you're waking up every morning ready to trade. All right? You should be waking up every morning ready to find the best opportunity. Take advantage of the day. Make it the most. There's never anything wrong with taking a step back in paper trading, taking a step back in watching. Everything happens for a reason. Maybe there's a reason that account's not settled today. Maybe there's a reason you should not be in the market. Plus, it's Friday, and Fridays suck. Fridays are choppy. Fridays are challenging. Lack of volume, lack of news. So again, everything always happens for a reason. Take this time, maybe to paper trade a new strategy, maybe to dive into that video lessons library, maybe to collaborate. Again, don't waste the time, but do not put yourself down. Again, everything happens for a reason. Maybe there's a reason you're not in the market today. All right, let's roll that intro and let's go ahead and get started, guys. It's really, really hard. Good morning, traders. What is up and what's going on? Happy Friday. I don't even know why I was that excited right there. I don't even know why I was so excited, man. It's fucking Friday. It's the worst day of the week. Why is it the worst day of the week? Because we gotta wait 2 days until Monday. But you know what, guys? Every day's a great day. Waking up, being here with you, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to say sons of bees, but I'm trying to really stop my cussing. Anyway, it's always a great day waking up, working with you guys. So I'm fired up. I'm ready to go, even though Fridays are tough days, right? Lack of news. Lack of volume, lack of activity in the market. Typically, volume fades right around that 10:30, 11 o'clock mark historically on Friday. So what's our goal? To come in, identify the best opportunity, attack, make those quick profits, and call it a day and enjoy our weekend early, because we are not just doing this for fun. We're not just doing this to make great income. We're doing this for freedom. The last thing that I want you guys doing is being so addicted to stock trading that you really don't have the freedom that you really set out for to really do this in the first place, guys. That's something I struggle with. Before we get into our day, we don't have a lot to talk about. I really love, personal development, right? I'm always trying to grow as a person, as a husband, as a father, and just grow my mind and just grow my skill set, right? That's why I bought Ashton Nolan's course for swing trading. I want to learn what he knows, pick his brain, understand how he swing trades, share that with you, bring him on, right? I'm always trying to grow as a person, personal development, right? But we really have to have balance. And I want to talk about balance, guys. We got into this for a lot of different reasons. The money, the freedom, being our own boss, the feeling of just, owning this, right? Just that empowerment that we get from doing this and be able to make money on our own terms. But we have to have good balance. So today I want to talk to you about, balance. And I got this from a podcast this morning, and this was really good information, guys. So if you're really into personal development and always growing as a person, not just trading, but just being good and finding balance. If you feel like you're addicted to trading stocks and you're always in here just staring at your charts for 16 hours a day, right? You shouldn't be doing that. You need balance. Don't forget why you really started trading in the first place. Don't forget your why. My why is my family and my daughter. Sometimes I forget my why. I'm in here until 7 o'clock. I'm not out there hanging out with them, going on walks, going to the beach, right? Do not lose your why. So a couple things I do want to share with you. Like I said, 5 minutes real quick before we dive into stocks. We don't have a lot to talk about today. And this is really important in my opinion. This is valuable. And again, we drop value bombs, not just with stocks, but with anything. So if you guys want to write this down, right? This is what we call soul mapping, S-O-U-L, like your soul mapping, right? Soul mapping, again, I learned this from a podcast this morning, really great stuff, is how you find balance in your life to be what we call a happy hustler, right? You guys are hustling. You're showing up at 7 a.m. You're putting in the work. You're watching lessons. You're applying it. You're paper trading, right? You guys are hustling. But how can we become happy hustlers, right? A happy hustler, someone that's happy doing this. And we feel great. Things are balanced, right? Well, it's called soul mapping, S-O-U-L, and then mapping, soul mapping, right? Each letter stands for something. So the S in soul stands for selfless service, right? Selfless service. Are you doing something, not expecting something in return, right? Selfless service. The O stands for optimize your health. Are you eating good, right? Are you drinking good? Are you exercising, right? Are you optimizing your health, right? Are you healthy? Are you unplugging digitally every single day, right? A lot of us, again, we're stuck in freaking front of these computers for 16 hours a day, and then we grab our phones and we start looking at our cryptos, right? And then we start looking at traders' TikToks. Like, are we actually taking that time out of our day to unplug digitally and just be away from technology for a couple minutes, for a couple hours? Are we doing that? I know I struggle with that. I don't do that, and I need to do that, right? And this is where we find balance, okay? The L stands for loving relationship. Do we have loving relationships with our significant other, with our kids, with our moms and our dads, right? With our relatives? Do we have these loving relationships, right? That's soul, right? You have selfless service, optimize your health, unplug digitally, and loving relationships. And then we have mapping, right? The M stands for mindful spirituality, right? Are you religious? Maybe you can meditate a little bit, right? Bring your body and your mind back together spiritually, right? Are you being mindful about that? An abundance financially. Do you feel financially abundant? Are you secure? Are you safe? Do you have your bills paid? Are you putting yourself in bad financial positions? Are you not making the right decisions with your money? Are you spending all your money on liabilities, not on assets, but you want financial freedom, right? Are you financially abundance, right? An abundance financially. Again, personal development. Are you spending at least an hour a day reading a book, right? You're spending at least an hour a day maybe reading a book, watching a new course on swing trading, diving into podcasts, right? Personal development. Always be a student, right? Always be a student. That needs to be your mindset, right? The other P is passion hobbies. Are you actually enjoying things that you do? Are you getting out of the house and playing golf? Are you doing something that you actually enjoy doing? Your passion, right? Impactful work. Are you doing something, right? Are you working that's making an impact in someone's life, right? Even if you're just behind the screen right now trading, you're probably like, Josh, you're making impactful work, right? You're working and making an impact because you're teaching us how to trade. But what you guys are doing by learning, right, is you're impacting people around you. Maybe your wife, maybe your kids, right? Your work is impacting their life in a great way because you're going to give them freedom and finances, right? So you can even look at it that way. And then nature connection. Are you getting outdoors? Are you getting your vitamin D? Are you actually getting fresh air? Are you just stuck in the house all day, every day? Again, something that I do. I just sit in this freaking office. I don't get outside enough and actually connect with nature. And again, this comes from a multimillionaire, someone that's written several books, who's launched several startup companies and fintech companies. And this is something that's helped him, find balance as an entrepreneur, as a husband, as a father, right? As a business owner, to find balance. And we call that soul mapping, to find that balance, to be what we call happy hustlers, all right? Happy hustlers. So again, I love personal development. I try and listen to podcasts in the morning as much as I can. I've been slipping up a lot lately. I try and read. I've been slipping up a lot. And it's all about getting back into that routine, that consistency, guys, and finding your balance so you don't feel so out of whack. And at least you're going to have that smile on your face. Even if it's a bad trading day, you just still have that smile on your face. You're humble, you're happy, you're grateful for the things that you have, and you're always striving to be better than you were the day before. So, guys, a little bit of words of wisdom, some words of wisdom coming from a podcast. If you guys want to know the podcast, it's called Entrepreneurs on Fire, right? EOF with JLD, Justin Lee Dumas. I bought one of his books, Common Path to Uncommon Success. Really awesome guy. This is a podcast, Entrepreneurs on Fire. And I'll have to go back through and when I have my phone, I'm on TikTok right now, to actually see what the title of the podcast was. So it's called Real Spaz. Can you go over the letters just one more time? So you have soul mapping, SOUL, mapping, MAPPING. The S in soul is selfless service. The O is optimize your health. The U is unplug digitally. The L is loving relationships. All right, and if you have to rewind this, rewind it because we're getting ready to start talking stocks. You can rewind your live stream and hear that again. The M in mapping, the M is mindful spirituality. Whether you're religious or not, maybe you can meditate, bring your mind and your body back together, right? That just reconnect. How many times does your mind go a billion miles an hour, right? You just feel not connected, right? Mindful spirituality. The A is abundance financially. The P is personal development. The other P is passion hobbies, right? You're doing something that you actually enjoy doing. You're getting out of the house. The I is impactful work. And the N is nature connection. And what they want you to do in this podcast is score these on a scale of 0 to 5. I scored these. Selfless service, I scored as a 4. Optimize health, a 2. Unplug daily, 0. Loving relationship, 2. And they want you to scale these on 0 to 5. And so you know where you should focus on first. So like what I did is I was able to score, all of these on a scale of 0 to 5. And then what I was able to do is say, I should be unplugging digitally more often because I scored a 0, to spend more time with my family because I scored a 2, while connecting with nature at the same time where I scored a 0. So I'm taking a 0 and a 0 and a 2, and I'm saying I can unplug digitally and I can spend time with my family while getting outside and enjoying nature and enjoying life. So I can work on those 3 things together. And basically what we want to do is increase these and have all 5s. To where we have that selfless service, we're optimizing our health, we're unplugging digitally, we're loving our relationships and actually not taking, these things for granted. And it's going to allow us to balance our life, and we're just going to have harmony and peace, and we're going to be humble and grateful, and just things are going to go the right way. Things are going to make sense. All right. So again, score yourself on a 0 to 5. Again, this is some personal development this morning, guys. Again, I'm not just about stocks. I'm about personal development as well. Anything that's of value, and I do think this is something of value. So if you're here for stocks and you're like, this is boring, listen, this is not like it is every single day, but this is something that I wanted to share with you because this is of value, okay? So again, team, good morning. Happy Friday. It's 9:09 in the market. We have plenty of time to walk through what we're looking at today. I posted everything up very, very thoroughly here inside of chat this morning. So members inside of chat, you can see my game plan. You can see my watch list, what I'm looking at, why I'm looking at it, and we're all set, ready to rock and roll. But we're going to dive through this, guys, for those of you that are over here on YouTube. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, Jay Fresh. He's like, I'm a new listener. Right off the bat, new listener. And it's like, dude, you just spent 10 minutes talking about nothing stock related. Again, we don't do this every single morning, but it's very, very important. Angel loves it. Real Little Spaz loves it. I love you guys. C Wonderlich, nice. But yeah, guys, I want to start sharing more of my personal development with you guys because maybe it can help you guys develop personally as well, and just some tips and tricks as I learn, especially with the new course for swing trading, especially diving into a lot more books. Because again, I've really lacked that personal development over the past few months. After my move, I just completely got all out of whack I just lost consistency with everything. So it's all about getting back to that consistency, guys. And it's crazy that the consistency in my day-to-day life impact my trading. You guys see that, right? Right when I say I'm selling my house and I'm moving, that 2 months was wild for trading. I was not consistent at all. But I also stopped working out consistently. I also stopped drinking a gallon of water a day. I stopped reading books. I stopped personal development. I stopped spending as much time with my family because I'm so pissed off with my trading. I'm in here trying to make it back. Right? You can see that imbalance in your life, inconsistency in your day-to-day life can make imbalance and inconsistency with your trading. You've seen it firsthand. I have not made money the last 2 months. I have been breaking even or slightly down because of the imbalance. Before that, I had perfect balance, perfect harmony. Things were great. I was making consistent profits, right? So again, that's why I want to share this with you, because it's real. You see this firsthand, that imbalance can definitely impact your trading. So if you feel like you're not trading the best, start with working on yourself. What we just talked about. Find that balance, find that peace, find that harmony, right? And that's going to bleed into your trading, and you're going to be 10 times better off than you are today. All right, baby? So it does relate to trading. So you know what? I'm going to give some middle fingers. No, I'm kidding. If you didn't agree with that, get out of here. Go. No, I'm kidding. But let's go ahead and get started for the day, guys. Good morning. Hit me with a good morning, guys. Hit me with a good morning, baby. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. You guys ready? You guys ready? Dougie, Mo, J. Allen, PXS, Sunny Day. We got Danny, Mr. Ed Nevis. What's up? Jay Fresh, Kevin, Mike, and Jason. Good morning, YouTubers. Good morning, beautiful people over on TikTok. Yo, MRI 5000, C Wonderlich, Real Lil Spaz, Jeff, Angel, Casey, Catherine, Sam. My goodness, you're all here in chat today, ready to go, ready to make it happen. What do we got going on? Rivian, RIVN, once again today. All right, you guys would think, wow, this is in a nice uptrend. You're right. It's in a beautiful uptrend, but what's something you notice right now with RIVN? I mean, I'm pretty much giving it away. It's on the chart. It's on the chart. You know, it looks good when you take this trend line away. It's like, okay, it's on a really nice uptrend. You know, broke over yesterday's highs, pulled back, retested as support. It's looking strong, looking like it wants to break 130, maybe go to 135 and like 138. And those levels were derived from a Fibonacci extension. Just so you know, the 135 and the 138 price target that I listed in my plan, they come from a Fibonacci extension, okay? But again, something that you notice here is if you connect the highs, right, you actually have a rising wedge. So when you actually connect those highs, it completely changes your perspective here on RIVN, right? No longer do you just see the uptrend looking strong. You also see you're getting very, very, very tight inside of a rising wedge. What do we know about rising wedges? They are considered to be bearish chart formations. So with that being said, we got to be mindful of that. I'm not saying it's going to crack, fade, and fall. All I'm saying is if we struggle at 130 and we start to crack this trend line, right? It's probably going to dump. It's probably going to fade. It's probably going to fall because this is a bearish chart pattern. 80% of the time, they crack, fade, and fall to the downside. All right, so we just got to be mindful. I can't tell you how many times I've shorted a rising wedge. It broke out of the wedge to the upside and squeezed me out. So it's not 100% going to dump, all right? But there's a high percentage chance that it's going to dump, okay? So with that being said, RIVN, be mindful of that. We have support at 124.25. Pretty much resistance at 130, guys. Let's call it 130 resistance. That's a key level. I ran a Fibonacci extension, and we have a 135 and a 138.80 price targets on Rivian if it starts grinding to the upside. All right. If it cracks 124.25, also out of this wedge formation, we just look left, and we can see we have room down the 120. And then 115.45 here on Rivian. So right now we got to be very mindful, very patient. But either way, we may have some opportunity. Is this thing optionable yet? No, I don't even think I can short it with light speed either, which kind of sucks. But we'll keep it on watch. I'm sorry, guys. Like someone said on TikTok, I have a Coke nose. So I guess I was snorting Coca-Cola this morning. I was a little confused on that. I do apologize. My my Coke nose, my allergies are getting to me, guys. So if I'm snuffing a lot, I do apologize because my allergies are just absolutely kicking my butt. Real Little Spaz is like, oh, you guys are thinking that's funny now. Someone's like, you got a Coke nose. Every trader's got a Coke nose. I'm like, yeah, that Coca-Cola nose, baby. I love snorting Coke. I got off the Pepsi months ago, guys. Pepsi wasn't for me. I just went ahead and started doing, Coke. Years ago it was Mountain Dew, but now definitely Coke, guys. Definitely Coke. Yeah, buddy. Woo. Anyway, so Rivian, we know what's going on with Rivian, all right? I still want to watch EVGO, all right? Celsius is pretty close. Yeah, I got the C nose. Before you know it, I'm going to start snorting Celsius, guys. It's the way to fucking go. Woo. EVGO, like Casey was saying yesterday, all right? Give props to Casey. He was the one that, really broke this stock down. Gamma squeeze, short squeeze, really just getting into, some of these underlying factors as to why this stock is still ripping to the upside this week from like $10 to almost $20. So give props to Casey for that. This is still a great candidate, right, for a good short squeeze. I mean, it's still moving up, increasing volume. Yes, the daily chart, very overextended. But what do we know about Fridays? What do we know about Fridays? 11, 12, 1 o'clock. What happens typically? Anybody know? Anybody know what happens on Fridays? Make sure you guys are live too, by the way. It dies down? No. What do we know about Fridays? What do we know about Fridays? Right? Volume dies down. You're right. Volume dies down around 10, 11. We go golfing, Wade. Yeah. Volume fades. Lunchtime sells off. No one on Wall Street's buying. They're done. But what do we know about Friday? Short squeeze, guys. Yes. Right? Some brokers won't allow traders to hold a short position over the weekend. They'll make you close out your position. Right? And then people just don't want to freaking hold a short position over the weekend. It's risky. So every now and then you will see stocks, right, get squeezed. I can't say how many times we saw a massive runner Wednesday. It completely dumped, Wednesday night into Thursday, and then it squeezes on Friday because people were shorting it Wednesday into Thursday and covering it into the close or afternoon on Friday. So Fridays are known for short squeezes, right? Covering those shorts. If EVGO, right, Casey's analysis is correct, which so far he's spot on, this is a great candidate to continue to still see the squeeze to the upside, right? If this breaks over 20 bucks today, we could easily see it at 21.76, 24, and then 24.34 retesting those all-time highs. And guys, if this stock is really squeezing, this is just a short squeeze, and we start breaking 20, 22, guys, this stock should easily break all-time high, and we could even see this up at like 30 bucks today. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, right? I'm very you're talking $11 to the upside. But if we break 20, that's a key level. That gets me excited. I can't imagine what it does for every other trader if it breaks 20. I'm excited. I'm interested, right? And then it starts getting up to the 22 and then the 24s. I'm excited. I'm buying this. I'm averaging in, looking for a big time move. I like EVGO, and I think it has a lot of great potential. 18.59 support, $20 resistance. Guys, all we're looking for is for this stock to break over 20 and hold 20. Once we do that and it shows strength, we have room to 21.76, 24, and then 24.34 on EVGO. NUZE. NUZE was looking a little iffy this morning. It was actually gapping down into the 434s, like almost $1. I'm like, man. But it regained, right? Picked back up over 5, pulled back, actually held above 5, and we're actually seeing a nice little bounce. But here's one thing we got to be mindful of is you do have a slight little downtrend here on NUZE, right? You got a slight little downtrend here on NUZE. So until we break the downtrend and really breaking over $7, we're not going to see it back up towards around that high a day for yesterday, right? So breaking the downtrend, breaking 7, we have room to $7.60. And then over that, it's going to be $8.75. And then you're looking up towards around $10 here on NUZE. Right now, support's back down really right around $4.80 to $5. I'm really going to be waiting for this to break the downtrend, break back above like 7. Maybe have some opportunity to the 760, looking for a break over yesterday's highs of 760. Again, it has a lot of room to 875 and 10. This is another top stock we should really, really, really be watching today, guys. All right, not just EVGO and Rivian, but we should really be watching NUZE. This one has a lot of great potential today, guys. Right? NUZE was our #1 gainer yesterday, over 100%, trading 100 times relative volume. I mean, this stock has a lot of potential. This stock has a lot of activity and it has a lot of interest, and we could definitely see it move on up. Again, first hour, identify your opportunity, take advantage of it, because typically after the first hour of the day, things flatline, things fade and fall, we lose the volume, okay? So if we have this opportunity and we see it setting up, we have to be prepared. So if you like this stock, you need to get prepared. If the stock breaks 7 and holds 7, I will take it long to 760. I will risk 30 cents. I will have 1,000 shares, right? Go ahead and prepare. Prepare now. So if you see that happen, you can just react and you don't have to prepare and possibly miss your trade today. All right. So make sure you're preparing right now as we go through these stocks. If this happens, I will do this. My stop loss is here. My target's here. How many shares will I buy? I know exactly what I'm going to get involved with, whether that's Rivian, EVGO, NUZE, right? Get prepared. Wish. Like 50-50 with Wish. I even said that in chat this morning. I'm like 50-50 with Wish. If Wish shuts up, I'll bring your attention back to Wish. Right now, I think it's a waste of your time. I think we have better opportunity on the first 3 stocks that we've already talked about. So right now, I'm not too crazy about WISH, but we should have it on watch as like a back burner play. All right, moving on. RIDE. Another one that I don't want to spend too much time on because it's not like it's gapping up substantially off of, these, good earnings, right? It wasn't great earnings, right? They actually lost 54 cents a share on their EPS. So not the best earnings on RIDE, but as you guys know, I definitely want to start getting into more EV related stocks: RIDE, Lucid, Rivian, Tesla, NIO, ChargePoint, Blink, FCell, Plug, EVGO, all that fun stuff, right? So last night I was here with Casey and a couple other traders. I'm like, you know what? Regardless of earnings, good or bad, I mean, it's $6 stock, right? It has a 30% short interest. 30% of the float is short. That means there's like 20 million shares. I mean, it's a good short candidate as well. It's an EV stock. I think there's good upside potential in the future. It's something that I want to own anyway. So I went ahead and took it on my day trading account. I'm just going to transfer that position out into my long-term account portfolio. So I do own RIDE at 6. What's my cost basis here? I do own RIDE at, we can see right around 686. Again, I want to own this, but at the same time, this was more of a trade. So if it does come down below 441, I may consider like getting out to rebuy at a better price, or maybe I add down there around that 441 if it does continue to drop. But again, I have some nice price targets, 13, 15, and maybe back up to 30. Will I start like maybe trimming some profits? Maybe I add. It really just depends, guys. So, for today, it is a good short squeeze candidate. It could definitely move, but right now in pre-market, it's not really doing a whole lot. So it's another back burner play, just like WISH. Could they get some hype? Could they get some activity? Absolutely, but right now we could clearly see we have better opportunity with NUZE, with EVGO, and with RIVN. All right, so I do just want to bring these to your attention just so you know that I'm watching these, but right now it's not like there's a lot of great opportunity. RIDE, watching this one over $6. We have really solid support over the past few days, right around $6. And really looking at this, we could see it back up towards around like 677. And then maybe even back up towards around over $7 today. So we should definitely be keeping this one on watch as well, guys, here on RIDE. Again, it is gapping down off earnings, but again, it does have a pretty high percentage of the float short, which makes it a good candidate for a potential short squeeze. That CYTO is rocketing. CYTO. So what's up with this? Company reports data for in vitro, data for Bintro nasal spray, protecting against COVID Delta variant. Okay, cool. So we do have some good news here over on CYTO. It's a 12 million in float stock. That press release just came out at 9 o'clock. And here's the nice thing I like about this, guys. Within the last 25 minutes, it's already traded 4.2 million shares, right? On average, it trades 240, and it's a low float stock. So we got a low float stock within 25 minutes, 4 million shares, really showing some hype, really showing some interest, and it's high relative volume as well. CYTO, absolutely. This is one of the top stocks out of the gate. Let's go ahead and do our due diligence real quick on this and figure out, exactly where we could see this bad boy go and make sure we are prepared. So look at all that daily support there at 275. So at least we know we have room up to that 275 level. We have good support back down at 200-day moving average resistance right around $3. And if it breaks 3, you probably see it somewhere up towards around 360. I actually just call it 350 because that's natural and it's right around 360. So again, the stock just went, right? The stock just went from 174 to 156 without pulling back. What do we know? When a stock moves more than 25, 50 cents without pulling back, we don't touch it. We have good support at $2. Wait for the stock to pull back to 2. We can see it at the 275. We can see it up towards around 3. And then maybe if it breaks the 200-day moving average as well as $3 natural resistance, we can see it up towards around 350-day on CYTO. Great high relative volume, low flow stock. Good news as well here on CYTO. Definitely the top stock we should be watching out of the gate. So here's how I would break this down. CYTO out of the gate, guys. Definitely not forgetting about Rivian. That's our number 2 watch. EVGO is our number 3 watch, over 20. This stock has so much potential. NUZE as well. I want to watch these 4 stocks right out of the gate. We got some back burner plays, guys. I'm watching RIDE. If it sets up, if there's opportunity, I'll educate you guys on it. We'll get you guys prepared. We'll make it happen. MITQ is another one that's moving on up here on MITQ, Q3 EPS, so earnings. Last Friday, we had a lot of stocks with earnings move. That kind of was where the attention was stocks that had earnings. So, you know, I definitely do like MITQ. MITQ from last night and this morning actually looks pretty nice. This one looking like it could be a nice little breakout over that 415 level. And, you know, we could easily see this up towards around 5 and then like 559 here on MITQ. So doesn't have a bad looking flow to it, has really good volume on MITQ. It is a low float stock as well. It is up 21%. It has a reason to be moving. I actually do like MITQ as well. So we have $3 support. We have that pre-market high resistance right around 376. And then we could see it back up towards around those post-market highs of $4.15. And if it breaks over that level, we have a clear shot up towards around $5. So there is quite a bit we're looking at, right? There's a lot of stocks that I really want to put some focus on right out of the gates. So we just really have to identify within the first 5 minutes, where do we think the traders are? Where's the best opportunity right now so we can attack on that opportunity and make those quick, easy profits on Friday? So again, we're watching CYTO. I would say this right now is going to be the number 1 stock that I think we should be focused on, is going to be CYTO. I do like MITQ as well. I don't know if it's our number 2, but I like it to be one of the top stocks we watch out of the gate, right? I like NUZE out of the gate watching this one, EVGO, as well as RIV. And I think we have a pretty damn good watch list. I think we're pretty much on the right stocks, on the right opportunities. And now it's just a game of patience and observing these stocks out of the gate to see which one really gets the focus and the attention and provides us with that opportunity, guys. Jeffrey, I am using Trade Ideas Pro. Do I think PPSI can make a move again today as well? I'm looking at this daily chart, looking at this pre-market volume. I would say it's very unlikely, but again, it's not 100% Captain Greg. I mean, could it move today? It could, right? But do I see anything that convinces me, makes me confident that it's going to move today? No. All I would say is 750 support. If it cracks below 750, it's probably going to come down to 7 and then like the low 6s. If it holds 750 and breaks 8, absolutely this thing could take back on off. Absolutely like $8.75 to $9 on PPSI. All right, we got a couple seconds to go, team. Let's get ready. Let's get fired up and let's have an awesome day, traders. Yes, I need to get my broker open. I don't even have Lightspeed open. I haven't been opening it in pre-market. So now we are good. We are open. Ready to rock. Ready to roll. So again, don't chase CYTO. Again, the stock really hasn't pulled back yet from 2 to 280. It's going to pull back. Yes, thank you, Casey. Thank you guys. You guys are crushing it lately. You guys are really stepping up and crushing it lately. I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all you guys. You know, the ones that have stayed out, Angel, you know, dropping volume, this and that. I mean, Angel's absolutely been stepping up, crushing it. I really do appreciate the contribution to help other traders inside of chat. And then Casey as well, guys. Those are the ones that have really stood out to me this week as far as just sharing as much as they can share. So consistently, so thoroughly. I really do appreciate that, guys. So we got some... Hey, it's all good. No, it's all good. I just hide in the corner, says Texas Cowboy. It's all good, baby. It's all good. Hey, I love it. Whether you sit back and just listen, right? That's fine. Sit back and listen. Whether you sit back, listen, and contribute and talk, or whether you sit back, listen, contribute, talk, and then just crush it in chat. You know, it's all good, baby. We're all here for the same reasons, right? To learn together, to trade together, to profit together. But when I see these things, right, and I see this consistency, right? What's the first thing that you think pops in my head? What's the first thing you think that pops in my head when I see that kind of consistency with traders? I think of what? I think of positions. I think of leadership positions, mentorship positions. I think of a lot of great things. Opportunity. That's what I think. Realist Fest said deals. Well, there is Rivian, R-I-V-N, actually breaking to the upside out of that wedge. So we actually may see this move higher. Let's go ahead. If it closes back below that trend line, it could still be in this rising wedge. Again, I mean, I can't get involved with CYTO, guys. I mean, right out of the gate, squeezing like that? Nah. Especially if it hasn't pulled back, I'm okay. I'll wait for a pullback. But good job, CYTO, 7% on your FOMO account. Catherine, I'll take it. I'll take a quick 7% on the FOMO account. I like that you have a FOMO account. I actually like that. That you're not trading, you know, FOMO on your real account. I like the separation. Sorry, I had to turn my fan off. You know, I had a FOMO account. I had a play account, right? But it's all tied up in crypto right now, so it's not play. You know, NEGG, believe it or not, actually has some opportunity on NEGG. I mean, this is still one of my top back burner sleeper plays, and I'm just curious if we start to see this get some action today. So NEGG, if this one starts moving a bit, I may be looking to make some entries here because it does have room back up to like 19. EVGO is pulling back pretty nice right now. CYTO, I'm waiting for a pullback. That's it. I'm just waiting for a pullback. RIVN, I would say this is no longer, you know, that rising wedge that we were thinking, right? So I would just, you know, completely do away with those technicals. And I would just look at some basic support and resistance, you know, back down off those pre-market highs. Right? Again, we have a 135, a 138.80 target as well. 138.80 off that extension. I like the FOMO account. I know you guys can come to YouTube. I'm streaming live on YouTube for free. I do this from 9 o'clock, right around 9:45 on YouTube. So again, I start here at like 8 o'clock in the morning, guys. 8:30 in the morning. I talk to you guys. We have some fun. And then I bring you guys over to YouTube. You can see my charting. You can see my screens. All that good stuff. Same handle, Alpha Day Trading over on YouTube. Come on over. You got about 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes till we shut her down. So, right now, I have no positions. The only position I have is that RIDE position from last night that's going over to my longer term account. I have no fresh trades out of the gate. Honestly, the last couple of days, guys, I haven't been trading right out of the gate. You know, some of my best trades have come, you know, after 10. You know, I was going to short J&J today, you know, but it's right at that 200-day moving average, and there's not an abundance of opportunity there. How's the SPY doing today? The SPY, right out of the gate, looking a little... Oh no! I hope you don't fall. She's falling a little bit. Yeah, that's no bueno. It's really top heavy right here. You know, what about I mean, it's on the 1 minute, a little risky on a 1 minute, better on a 5 minute, but a two-legged pullback, right? Maybe a 2 to 3-legged pullback for puts. You know, just watch it, you know, on the SPY. You know, if you have that really nasty drop like we're seeing, and you get that 2 to 3-legged pullback, right, with the 9 EMA crossing the VWAP at the same time, you could have a good put position on the SPY. Again, from yesterday's lesson, we taught you guys about that strategy. Very simple. It's called a 2 to 3-legged pullback. You know, that's something to be mindful of, because the SPY is getting pulled down pretty hard here. I mean, right out of the gate, pretty hard. You know, I think NUZE is showing potential for some action. I think NUZE is showing some potential for action here. It's trying to get some height to it right now. There goes NUZE starting to squeeze here a little bit. If this one pops over 7, you got a 760 target. I'd say right around like $7.60 would be a target there. Look at that fake out. Penny stocks, guys. I tell you what, penny stocks lately. There is no reason to try and grab momentum, man. I tell you what, the inconsistency is real. The inconsistency is so real lately. I mean, it's just absolutely it's sad. It's sad because, you know, small caps, penny stocks used to be fun to trade. Now they're not really all that fun to trade, in my opinion. You know, it's sad. You see great volume, great price action, right? And then within the last 5 seconds of a candle, it just starts dumping. I took a $145 loss there on NUZE. You know, it's silly, right? Small caps, man. I tell you what, penny stocks, absolutely garbage. I wouldn't say manipulation. That's a strong word to say. It's just inconsistent, right? Are you watching Ross on his live stream? You said Ross is pissed too. He just took a loss. Same stock? Was it the same one? I guess Ross and I took the same exact trade, the same approach. Yeah, so me and Ross trading the same. At least I didn't have 10,000 shares. I only had 250. Same stock, same time with Ross Cameron and I. That's funny. We saw the same thing. We saw the pop, the curl, the break. It had the potential, man. And then out of nowhere, why did it just slam $1 like that? Makes no sense. It's all good though. You move on to the next one. I don't get mad, right? I don't get mad. Just move on to the next one, right? I had the right size. I didn't go 1,000 shares because I realized I was pushing into the momentum on a Friday. I only took 250 shares. I only took a $145 loss. So we're good. We are good. So again, as you guys know, I'm starting to transition more from, you know, penny stocks to more medium and larger priced stocks. But yeah. So, I mean, it hit that 135, and yeah, we pulled back there a little bit on RIVN on that 1 hour chart. That's putting in a nasty hammer doji. Like, that thing looks pretty weak on the hourly. RIVN, please be shortable. It's not shortable. That's silly. No, Dr. Frank, no. Ross's strategy, same as Josh's and vice versa. No, we have a couple ways that we trade similarly. Like, I've watched some of his stuff in the past. We have a few techniques that are similar, but his edge is completely different than mine and vice versa. So, you know, watch an EVGO here. Watch an EVGO here off of Monday. Is that Monday? That would be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Off Tuesday's open. I'd be looking for a reversal above 1770. Right, so looking for a possible reversal here on EVGO. NUZE, I'm just taking that off the watch list. I think that's just silly to watch right now. I think that's just absolutely silly to watch. That's not a fun stock. MITQ is fading and falling. We can take that off the watch. NEGG is still a potential back burner play. And, you know, CYTO is doing its thing. I was wanting more of a pullback. And it's just not really pulling back. But what do? We buy the fucking pullback, right? That's it. CYTO. You buy the effing pullback. Easy stuff. So right now, watching CYTO here. You know, it does have a pretty steep uptrend. If you were to draw an uptrend here, it's a pretty steep uptrend on CYTO. Mark, penny stocks are mostly traded by algos. 90% of the volume in the market is algorithmic. I mean, that's going to be small cap, mid cap, and large cap, right? So 90% of the volume every single day that goes through the exchanges, 90% across the entire market, every stock, every sector, every ticker, right, is algorithmic. Now, what we do, Mark, is we identify what stocks have high relative volume, right? And that's going to tell us that retail traders, people like me and you, are dominating the volume in that space, right? So with that being said, if we can dominate the volume in that space, we can dominate the algorithmic market making price action, right? That's why we're really so fixated and focused on volume compared to the average volume, making sure that we are, you know, the retail trader is dominant in that space. And when we look at, you know, like NUZE, he's trading 27 million shares. Now, yes, some of that is algorithmic, but most of it, 80% of it, is going to be retail volume. Thoughts on SNDL? SNDL, it's a large float stock, guys. SNDL is a very, very large float stock. I mean, it's moving around a little bit, but it doesn't look all that great. It doesn't look all that great. Huge gap up. You know, getting rejected off, you know, the 200-day moving average right now, it doesn't look all that great. Absolutely not. We're actually coming back down below that 80. Yeah, it's actually right around 88, 89. It's trying to hold that 88, 89. We'll see. We'll see. Should I stay in Rivian? I mean, where are you in at? That's the question. Where are you in at? And the next question I have for you, besides where are you in at, is are you trading this or are you investing in this? Right? Got a different answer depending on your answer. Justin, yeah, is it Justin? JLD. John. Yeah, it is John. I thought it was Justin. Yeah, it's John. JLD. Yep. Gringo. Absolutely. I got you, Gringo. CYTO, should you get in? I wouldn't get in. I mean, not right now anyway. I wouldn't get in. Rick, 113 and it's a trade. Take profit. Here's what I would actually do. Look at the daily chart and you just go ahead and assess your area. So you can go off yesterday's high or yesterday's close. right? So I would say if this drops below yesterday's close, right, that 123, and you start to see it pulling back harder, you'll probably see it crack 120 back into the 115s, right? So, it's never a bad idea to take profit. I mean, you're up over $10 a share, right, from 113 to 127. If you want to trail a stop, the best place to trail your stop right now is right under yesterday's close, and yesterday's close on this stock was 122.99. So a 122.50 would at least secure you $10 per share if you are stopped out. Because here's the thing, hyped up IPO, where you got a lot of hype, it goes to the upside, right? And eventually it's going to return to what the stock is really worth. You're going to have profit taking. It's going to pull back, it's going to level, and it's going to find its mean, right? It's going to find its average. Coin IPO, right? Found its mean, found its average, found its pricing, right? Same thing. It was a pretty hyped up IPO, HOOD. Same thing, was a pretty hyped up IPO. Got some action, and then it came down and found its mean, right? It came to that average. So you got to think the same thing with Rivian, right? It's very hyped up IPO, very hyped up, but it's going to pull back, right? If it's a trade, you lock in profit. It's an investment, you just add to it little by little, right? You just would add to it little by little. If it's a trade, you put a stop in, you lock in your profit, and you look for it to finally find some kind of floor of support, some kind of just mean, right? Where it's consolidating. And if you want to invest in it, that's when you start picking up some positions and you start dollar cost averaging in. Right? I love you guys on YouTube. It is 9:47. We are shutting down the free stream for today. Again, we do this Monday through Friday, at least once a week. We do free streams. That was yesterday. And again, just trying to help you guys out as much as we can as newer traders or, newer individuals as well that are maybe new to the stream that are like, is this dude legit? Is he real? Does he know his stuff? Because there's too many scam artists out there. I get it. That's why I do this in the mornings consistently, to show you guys I'm here to help you. I'm here to work with you. I want to see you guys become successful and showcase a little bit of, what we do inside the chat and how it is beneficial for your success. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. If you do want to join the team, you can just go to alphadaytrading.com and join if you would like. If you ever have any questions, you can email me, josh@alphadaytrading.com. I will always try and get back to you unless it gets just lost in the billions of emails I get per day. And then I will see you guys on Monday. Have an enjoyable Friday. Trade smart, trade safe. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys back here on TikTok right around 8 o'clock. YouTube right around 8:45 this coming Monday. Absolutely. Jeff, Sonny, Rick, Mike, you are more than welcome. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a good weekend. Happy and safe trading. Jeff, any thoughts on OCGN? OCGN. My honest thoughts, it's a very choppy stock, right? It's all over the place most of the time. A lot of rug pulls when it moves. I've been in a couple of the rug pulls when it's moved. It's a typical penny stock. It's getting destroyed right now. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look great. I wouldn't touch it. I mean, I wouldn't get involved with this. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to day trade this, Jeff? Or are you trying to swing trade it? Is it an investment opportunity? What's your goal behind, OCG? And what are your thoughts? You want to trade it, invest it, swing trade it? So again, one trade on the day, a small $145 loss on the nice pull right there on NUZE, that nice big, just flush, beautiful stuff, absolutely beautiful. So more of a swing at this point, made some good money on the past on it. All right. Well, one thing I do want to say is just because we've made money on the past on the stock doesn't mean we're going to make money again. Right? We don't love stocks. We don't fall in love with them. All right. That's one thing I used to do as a new trader is I'm like, I made a lot of money on the stock in the past. I love it. I'm going to keep trading it. And then eventually it'll come and just take everything back. So hopefully that's not the mindset. And I'm sure it's not. I always just like to clarify things. You know me, I'm very, very just real and straightforward. I like to clarify a lot. The only thing that I can tell you right now, Jeff, is, it's just pulled back to two of the moving averages. Right? It's pulled back to the 200-day moving average, pulled back to the 50. Those are still pointing to the upside. Yes, your 20 is slightly pointing down. But overall, you know, it is down at a pretty decent level of support, being the 50-day moving average and the 200-day. Could you see a short-term bounce, right? Could you see a short-term bounce off those two levels? Absolutely you could. But in my honest opinion, I think you have more room to fall, you know, on the RSI, right? Because if we look at the RSI on this particular stock, we can see that its floor on the RSI usually is down towards around 37. When it comes into 37, it bounces. 37s, it bounces. 37s, it bounces, right? 37s, it squeezes and bounces. So right now, I would say, you know, just look at the RSI, you know, as one indicator. It would, to me, would seem like it had a little bit more room to kind of just like pull back there a little bit. And then looking at the daily chart, like really good support, I see good support like right around like the 660s, right? I just see this really nice floor of support right around 660. It's at 860 now. That's a $2 difference. I would hate to jump in a trade and, you know, have 2 cents of heat that I have to take. So, you know, if it's a swing trade, we say we scale in, scale out, right? So we scale in, scale out. All you have to do at this point is put a proper stop here. So I would have to have stops on this particular, you know, stock, maybe like 471, right? A realistic proper stop. We'll go ahead and mark that red. That'd be a stop loss. Maybe these green lines would be like entries, like maybe you buy a little bit here, maybe you buy a little bit there, maybe you buy some down off these lows and you get like a really nice cost basis, right? So let's say your cost basis, if you were to do that, right? Maybe you get a cost basis of like, just call it $8. So let's go ahead and remove that. Let's just say you get a nice cost basis right around $8, right? I mean, you got to be okay with risking, I would say like $3.30. So can you get $6.60 to the upside? You absolutely can. So from a risk reward standpoint, it makes sense. Would I go 100% in? No. Would I scale in? Yes. If you like this, they have big things coming. You know about their fundamentals. You're okay with putting stops under 5 and you're okay with scaling in and scaling out. I think that's fine. If you want to go all in, I think that's risky right now because I still see a little bit more room to the downside. So if you want to get involved, just scale in, right? If you got $1,000 you want to invest, just put $200 in it today. Next week, see what it looks like, put another 200 and just scale in, scale out. CWBR. Oh, guys, I forgot the take those pre-market scanners down. CYBR. Is that really it? CYBR? Oh, CWBR. CWBR. Cancer Fitzgerald starts Cobar at overweight with a $2.50 price target. Volume today is 8.3. On average, trades 1.7. Had a nice little move here, you know, from around what? 68 to 75. You know, it's got support back down around 71 Angel, right? Those prior highs here, right? From the daily, 70 to 71 cent support. You got this nice little gap fill up towards around 90. So for a day trade, if you like the volume and you like the news, sometimes you see some hype based on, you know, price targets being raised or maintained. You know, you do have support right around 70 cents with room towards around 89 here on CWBR. Let's see if Tip Ranks has the information about it. Yep, 11-12 today. Cantor Fitzgerald's the firm. The ranking of this analyst, just so you know, the ranking of this particular analyst, they are a 4-star ranking. So that's not terrible. You know, we only have one analyst rating on the stock, which is unfortunate. If we look at, you know, some of the, oh, what happened? Something like the insider activity, you know, anything that's really substantial, where we had the director buying $95,000 worth of shares here this month. A couple months ago, we had the CEO and director buying $22,000. So nothing crazy, but here recently, you know, within the last couple of weeks, you had the director buy about $100,000 worth of shares. I mean, that's a pretty large investment if you think about it. No hedge fund activity information and nothing recent about, you know, like social activity. So you got one analyst with a price target with a buy, right? 250 that you can see. You did have the director, one of their directors, buying about $100,000 worth of shares a couple weeks ago. So, you know, that's some decent bullish sentiment, right? Some decent bullish sentiment. So, you know, absolutely. And then you got earnings coming on up as well. So you got earnings on the 15th. So you got earnings on Monday. So, you know, it could be, you know, buying into earnings, right? Them knowing that earnings are going to be good. You got the analysts raising the price target. Maybe they think earnings are going to be good as well. Yeah, you know, all I could say is, you know, if you're looking at this for like a day trade, 70 cents to 90 is great. And if you're looking at like a swing trade, I could see myself like scaling in, averaging in, maybe around this 70 cents-ish area, the low 70s, like starting a position, scaling today, maybe early Monday. What time are their earnings on Mondays? After the market? It's after the market. So you can even be scaling in a little bit there on Monday. All right. So that would be kind of my thought process there. So we may have a nice little reversal formation, right? What do we call this, guys? An inverse head and shoulders. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go. EVGO. It's still a good short squeeze candidate here on EVGO. Got a little bit of this inverted head and shoulders formation trying to play itself out. You know, we don't want to see it dropping below that 1786. So, I mean, a stop loss down into like the 1760s is okay. 40-ish cents. Want to break that 1840 and run back up towards around 1886. So we got a couple targets. Once we break the neckline, we could see it back up towards around the open or those pre-market lows. That's 1881. Right now it's at 18, so that's 80 cents of profit. Could I risk 40 cents and get away with a 40-cent risk? Absolutely. I like the potential that EVGO has for a possible inverted head and shoulders formation, right? Got the low, the lower low, not dropping back below that 1786. That's a pretty decent sign that, you know, we could see this break the VWAP, break the neckline, and run back up to 1881-ish. So, you know, with that being said, I do like it. It's an anticipated trade. It's early, but things are lining up beautifully. It's bouncing at the right places. You know, I could risk under 1780, and that's a proper stop here. Has room to 1880. I'd risk maybe another $200 today to see if I can get something going. And I do like the potential, and it's a great short squeeze candidate as well. So I did start a little position right around 1812 just to work with this, because I do think it has great opportunity. And at the same time, it is bouncing off of Tuesday's high as well, which isn't bad. So, you know, I'll take a stab at this one with a small little position. I'm risking right now just about like 30 to 40 cents at the most, because we have about 80 cents of upside potential if we start breaking this this neckline here on EVGO. I just know if I wait for the break of the neckline, my risk to reward is not good. Right now, it's good risk reward, and it actually doesn't look bad. You know, it actually looks decent. So let's see. Again, I'm not a big Friday guy. Let's see. Is it going to hold? Is it going to crack? I mean, we'll see. If this is a red trade, I'm probably going to call it quits today for Friday. Again, Fridays and me, it's pretty just up and down. It's a roller coaster for me on Fridays. Just the price action is weird, and I just statistically and historically never traded the best on Fridays. You know, sometimes, yeah, but 80% of the time, no. So I tend to not really trade as much on Fridays, and I know that we have just about 30 minutes until this volume really starts to fade on off. So let's see if we can get some action on maybe GEVO here, or I'm sorry, EVGO. You know, if we can hold that at 1780, still has potential. Again, it's a good short squeeze candidate. What do we know about Fridays? Sometimes we see stock squeeze that are heavily shorted. So right now, the last couple candles made me kind of like with it. So right now, it's trying to hold that level of support. The break of the VWAP as well as that neckline, you know, we can definitely see some, you know, some decent action. Some decent action. Is it getting some action? Oh yeah, look at that big, like nice little pop. All right, cool. I'm still holding, no reason to get out of it, but knowing my luck with, you know, stocks, it'll probably just rug pull down the 1750. But it's a good setup. I'm not selling it right now. I have an 1880 target. 1880 first target, and right now I'm not selling. An 1811 cost basis. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm not getting out. But Casey's probably like, dude, Josh, get out. Get out, Josh. Because guess what? If you get out, guess what's going to happen? It's going to rip. Casey's like, if you get out right now, it's going to rip, dude. So get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. So we want to see more buyers come in here. We want to see a nice big move. Just a nice little move here. Again, 1880 is not a bad area. You know, 1880. I mean, it's a sloppy inverse head and shoulders. Honestly, that should have been a breaking point in my opinion. You should have seen it break there. That's a little unfortunate. But again, up to the open, right up, yeah, 1880, 1885 is a decent little area. I mean, the 5-minute doesn't look all that bad either. The 5-minute shows a little bit of strength. On the higher time frame, though, you know, on the hourly, it does still show that we're losing buying momentum short term. So, yeah. Still holding it. Still holding it. So you guys can see fully transparent. I'm still holding. I have 500 shares at 811. My stop is underneath the like 1786. I think that's a good stop. 2-to-1, maybe a 3-to-1 setup. It depends. Can we get 1880 here? I mean, I want to lock in some profits. I don't want to be greedy, but at the same time, I have a decent target, and we just broke over those highs. So I don't want to have analysis paralysis or anything, but what I do see is increasing volume along the pop. We're starting to see the 9 EMA cross the VWAP. We broke the neckline on increased volume. RSI is not yet overbought, so it still shows that we have some potential, and we do have a good exit up towards around the open, and I think that's where traders may want to take this, especially if we can stay above 1840 now. So for now, I'm still holding this one just a little bit longer. Like I said, I'm really trying to be just a little bit more patient with my trades. You've seen that yesterday, the day before, just a little bit of patience, really trying to work with the trade as long as I can. And right now, I don't see anything that like scares me, right? I mean, yeah, it's pulling back, but I don't see anything that really like scares me to like just jump out. So I'm still going to hold it just a little bit longer and maybe put myself in a risk-free position, right? If I start seeing it back down and, you know, around my cost basis, maybe start getting out, because I could always get right back in. No sense of taking a loss when I can go risk-free. I do have some breathing room here. My cost basis is below the VWAP, so looking at it that way, I could probably get away with, you know, bringing that stop loss up now. Pretty much going risk-free on a trade like this, just to be patient with it, just to let it work for me, and see if we can get that leg up to the 1880, you know, target. Again, right now I had a nice, you know, 3 push candle to the upside, right? 1, 2, 3 candles to the upside. Increasing volume. You do have these 2 candles. It's pulling back. Pullbacks are healthy. Profit taking is common. But when you see this profit taking, you want to see it occur ideally on decreased volume, telling me that, you know, buyers are here and you have less profit takers. More buyers can move in, less profit takers. Buyers move in, less profit takers, right? When you see the stock pulling back, you see that profit taking on decreased volume, that's just telling you that the sellers are being depleted. Sellers are slowly working themselves out of the stock, and it allows for buyers to step back in to push the stock even higher. Okay, so I'm still in it right now. I'm up 150. And the reason I'm still holding this is this could put me at break even on the day, and I have another 30 cents I think we can get, and 30 cents is $150. So this could be a trade that puts me back break even on the day and puts me slightly green on this Friday. So being patient with it right now. If it doesn't break 1850 in this candle, I'm a little concerned. You know, if it doesn't break 1850 here, I'm a little concerned. And then I'll probably start locking in the profit, because looking at the pullback and the pop, you want to see the pullback and you want to see the stock get that leg up. So you got about 8 seconds left on this candle. I'm still in, as you guys can see. I'm giving this an opportunity to break 1850 here. I'm trying to be very, very patient with my trades. We got to break 1850. Back below 1845, I'm locking it. There's 1856, 58. Can we go 60? I'm locking up half right here, guys. I'm locking up half because I'm back in the green. I'm break even on the day. I have 250 shares left, and my target's still 1880. We got 20 cents to go. Back below 1850, I'm out. I did take profit there. I did take half right around 1860. And I'm still holding 250 shares with stops now below 1850. You don't want to see the buyers drop back below that level. I think we get 1880. It looks like it wants it, and I'm confident with holding this a little bit longer. I think we get 1880, and honestly, with this kind of volume, we may even break over the open at 19 and run the 20. So really, right now, I'm tempted to hold a little bit of this as a runner, right? On this stock, EVGO, because it's been freaking running. I'm tempted to hold maybe 125 shares at break even to see if this breaks 20 today and maybe goes to 23, 24. So that's how I'm going to play this. I got 250 shares. Back below 1850, I will go ahead and take 125 shares off the table. The other 125 shares, I will put a stop at break even, and I will run the rest as a runner for today on EVGO. Short squeeze Friday. It's a short squeeze candidate. It may break over 20 today, and I definitely want to have a little bit of size on the table at risk-free to take advantage of that. So I'm still holding that 250, guys. I'm still holding. I'm not seeing anything that scares me out of this trade. Right? If I had anything that was concerning, right? But right now, I don't really see anything that's, you know, scaring me out of this trade. It still looks like buyers are here. Buyers want to get it going. Volume looks good. And right now, if we can just get one nice big pop, you know, over the open, that's going to really drive a lot of more interest into the stock, right? Where did we open up today? Opened up at 1890. A break over 1890, that's really going to get traders like interested in EVGO. And that's when you could see it really squeeze to yesterday's highs, and then potentially, you know, $20 there. Again, back below that 1850, I lock up another 125 and throw a hard stop at break even on the other 125. Over 1865, watch for a quick $25 pop or 25 cent pop. Buyers over 1865, watch this just pop quick 25 cents. Boom, 1870. Come on, you got this, EVGO. You want this. Now, what do I see right now? I do see the decreasing volume here on EVGO now with a doji at the top, right? So I'm going to lock up half because I see a doji at the top. I know it's a 1 minute doji, but it's still a doji with decreasing volume over the last 3 to 4 candles to the upside. That is a sign of weakness, right? When you see the stock moving higher, but the volume is falling, that's telling you that, you know, buyers are slowly working themselves out of the stock. And when you see a doji, you know, that's a form of a possible reversal. So that could have been a sign of a reversal. But anything can change. Every candle is a new candle. Every minute's a brand new minute. You have to adapt and just take it one minute at a time. So I have 125 shares left, and I'm still holding some to see if we get that possible break over the open here. But I may be able to get, you know, another entry on this. So what do you guys think? I'm up 56 bucks. If I put a stop at break even, I'm down 60 bucks on this Friday. You think I put a stop at break even and leave the runner? Or do you say I lock it up completely and just go eat a sandwich? Do I go eat a sandwich, guys? You know, what's a $60 loss? What's a $60 loss? I want to leave a runner. I kind of want to leave this as a runner, guys. Like at break even, why not? I don't know. It's challenging because I have some conflictions. I see a pullback to like 1786. So I think I get stopped out. I could buy the dip. I can rebuy the dip. I see that we're losing momentum here on the hourly chart. So I do see some confliction with my thesis of leaving a runner because honestly, like I think I would get stopped out. It would come down to like 18 or 1786 and then get that pop. But for now, I'm still managing this small little position that I got. So right now, I'm just managing this small little position here. 125 runner. Right now, I don't know what I'm going to do. Right now, I may be cutting it and re-entering. But if this is a decent little candle here, I may be holding this with a break even and leaving a runner. If you go, we will stay. Sell it. Everybody in chat's like, hey, if you sell it, it's going to rip. So just fucking sell it, Josh. Sell it so it rips and we can make all the money. If I do that, I want you guys to send me 1% of your profits. Because watch it go to $24 right when I click sell. Literally, I will click sell and it's going to go boom. $20, halt, gap up, 22, 24, $30. Oh, it could have been $1,000. No, I'm not out yet. I'm holding it. Fuck that. I'm holding it. Come on, baby. Higher low break. Get that higher low, higher high. Let's go. Let's get a higher high over 1870. 1870 higher high. That shows strength, and we could easily see 1890. Come on, baby. It wants it. Look at that level, too. Look at that time in sales. Printing, buyers, printing. Buyers were printing left and right. Buyers want it. Underneath this low, I am out, though. So right now, I got like an 1840 stop out. I want to see if we can go a higher high over 1875 here. But back in the 1840s, I will lock this up and go use the restroom because I have to, I got to pee. So right now, stops underneath that prior low, right? Because if this is a lower high and we get the lower low, it's going to reverse probably back down to like 18. But if we can get the higher high here, off the higher low, we still have this nice short-term uptrend, and we could still see this grind to the upside. So basically, you know, if this is back in the 1840s, I'm out. 1842 is a stop. Let me put it there. Do I have enough time? No. By the time I try and type up my stop, it'll probably crack. It does look top-heavy. I think I should get out. It looks very top-heavy. 3, 2, 1, I'm out. It looks top heavy. I think it's going to roll over. So get out. Get out. It's very top heavy. It looks like it's going to roll over, guys. It'll probably come back down to VWAP. You can grab a balance play at VWAP maybe. So not a bad little, you know, couple minute trade there. Not terrible. You know, got me back on break even on the day. And I'm actually up on the day. That ride doesn't count. Ride doesn't count. That's not there. So technically, if you take ride out of there, that's a long-term hold that shouldn't be on my day trading account. You know, I got a couple pennies on the day. Break even. Let's call it. He's out, everyone. Go all in. Go all in. I'm out. Just buy it. All in. All in. All in. No, I'm joking. Please don't go all in. Please don't go all in. Texas Cowboy, CYTO, first trade ever. 57. I love it. Cole making a $41 profit on his small accounts. MRI 5000, NUZE for a quick $800. I guarantee it was MRI 5000 that dumped on us. I'm coming for you, MRI. You're the one that dumped on us, isn't it? I'm coming for you. I know where you live. I got your phone number and your email address. Here he comes. All right, but good job though, guys. Good job. Good job, good job, good job. He's like, yeah, no problem. All right, let me take a step out of the office for a second. I really do have to use the restroom, but I'll be right back to see if we have anything else before 10:30. I know Cole may wanted to do like a little 30-minute discussion. I was going to bring him on the mic, just chat with him a little bit and stream it to you guys inside of chat as well. Maybe we talk about crypto, maybe new projects that he likes. I don't know. Maybe we just pick Cole's brain and just have some fun with a little 30-minute session. So give me a few moments and I'll be right back, guys. We are back. All right, guys. So, CYT, again, we know this about Fridays. Fridays, you usually got 30 minutes to an hour to lock in profits. Volume really fades, right? Volume really fades. All right. So, right now, you know, you got CYTO. It looks like there's more sellers here than anything. I would be a little iffy. All right. I'd be a little iffy on CYTO. NEGG, I don't think is going to really do anything today. RIDE doesn't look like it's going to do anything today either. You know, EVGO still kind of looks like it has potential here. I'm still curious to see how high this can go. Man, I already drank all my water? That was fast. And Rivian, RIVN, hasn't dropped below yesterday's highs or close yet, so you're still good on Rivian. What up, Yared? How is your family doing? Josh, specifically from COVID? We're great. We're great. We haven't had COVID in a year. It's been a year, so we're doing good, man. How are you doing? We got some questions here on TikTok. Maybe we can answer some questions real quick on talk. On the talk. Do I think open door is a good play? So, you know, again, guys, we know how Fridays typically are. Fridays are the days that we are done early, right? It's just, I do not want you guys to get in the habit of being addicted to trading all the time. Fridays historically are some of the worst trading days, right? Just lack of volume, lack of news, lack of press releases. Again, I like to go hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and use Fridays as coming in, making profits, but at the same time, you know, doing not just trade and putting ourselves in bad positions, right? But getting prepared for maybe next week, right? Doing just some talking, some Q&As with you guys. Again, recapping our week, wrapping it up, right? And then getting set for next week. So let's go ahead and do this. Trading lessons and trading topics for next week, guys. What do you think are some topics that you guys need help with, that you guys need to learn about, right? From now on, we're going to start doing this on Fridays. I'm going to ask you guys inside of chat, what are things that you want to learn about this coming up week? And I'm going to structure and tailor these lessons fresh. Real Spass said a hotkey lesson. Okay, hotkeys. I don't personally use hotkeys, just so you guys know. I personally do not use hotkeys, but I can educate you on what hotkeys are. Honestly, that could be a quick 5-minute discussion, Spaz. Hotkeys, that could actually be a discussion right now. I don't think that's enough, in my opinion, for a lesson. I think that's more of a discussion. So, you know, hotkeys, right? Let's go ahead and start there. Hotkeys, right? It's a key combination, right? It's like Control-Alt-Delete, right? You know, Control-Alt-Delete opens up your task manager on your computer, right? So it's a key combination that places orders, right? Entries, exits, cancel all, right? Flatten your position, right? So basically what a hotkey is a key combination that you set up manually, like Control-Alt-A, Control-Alt-S, Control-Alt-D. And based on that key combination, your broker is going to perform an action. So for instance, if you did Control-Alt-B, that could be a market buy, right? So if you have 100 shares typed into your active trader, right? 100 shares, auto sends on. Instead of clicking buy market, you can go Control-Alt-B and you're in. You can go Control-Alt-S, right, for sell and you're out, right? You can go Control-Alt-C, which is cancel. Let's say you have a pending limit order and you want to cancel it. You can go Control-Alt-C for cancel. Control-L for a limit order, right? So basically, a hotkey, all that is going to be a key combination that performs actions within your broker. Let me give an example here on TD Ameritrade. If you go into your application settings on TD Ameritrade, you actually go to your hotkeys up here at the top, right? You see all these? You have all these different hotkeys, right? So let's just focus on like the active trader hotkeys. So for example, if you want to buy the ask, right? Let's say you want to buy market, buy at market. Right now that's Alt B. So that would be Alt B. But let's say you want to change that to Control Alt B. You would just go custom Control Alt B. And you would simply go apply those settings, right? You would apply those settings. Now let's say that you want to do buy at the ask, right? Which is a buy the ask. That's a limit order. So maybe here you would do Control Alt A, right? So Control Alt B is buy the market. Control Alt A is buy the ask, which is a limit order. You can do the same thing for all these. Buy the bid. So now you already have a B. You have Control Alt B. So what do you do for a buy the bid? You can do Control Alt Shift B, right? So Control Alt B is going to be a market buy. Control Alt A is going to be a limit buy, right? So again, there's just so many different key combinations that you can do. So you have, again, like TD, you have cancel your sell. If you have a pending order, you can cancel that sell order, cancel the buy, cancel all. You can reverse your position. If you're long, you can reverse to a short position. If you're short, you can reverse it. You can flatten your position. Basically, you're completely out 100%. So those are what hotkeys are, guys, right? Those are hotkeys. You would set them up based on your preference. You would enable those. And so if you're using TD Ameritrade, now when you're in your active trader and control and your auto send is on, you don't have to have your hand on a mouse. You can just do hotkeys. But here's the thing that I want to talk to you guys about hotkeys. I don't use hotkeys. What? You're an active day trader. Yes, I'm not a scalper. I scalp, but I don't scalp like that. I'm not in out. Like hotkeys are good and all, right? Hotkeys are great. But at the same time, I like buttons. Like I can go Buy market, sell market, right? Just like that. Boom, buy, boom, sell. That's easy, right? Buy, sell. Buy, sell. Instead of going buy, key combination, sell. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get hotkeys. Like, if you're in and out a lot, like, you're just like, okay, boom, buy, sell. All right, buy, buy, buy. Okay, cancel, cancel. Okay, sell, buy, buy. Yeah, okay, yeah, hotkeys. But who in here is really trading like mad ass? Who's in here trading like mad ass or trading huge position sizing like Ross Cameron, right? For the most part, you know, you don't really need to use hotkeys in my honest opinion, right? Because there are risks with hotkeys. What's a risk that you have with a hotkey? Maybe your open active traders on, right? Maybe you have this selected. What if you're engaged in your active trader? What if you're engaged and you accidentally try to type in chat and you hit some weird combination by accident and you enter a position, you don't even know it. You're just trying to chat inside the chat and you just hit this weird combination, but you're not really even clicked over inside a chat. You're still on your active trader and you place a trade without even realizing that you placed a trade because your hotkeys went off. I don't know. I like to be manually in control. If I'm going to buy, I'm going to click buy. If I want to sell, I'm going to click sell. But hotkeys are an option, right? It's an alternative if you guys do prefer using your keys over the mouse. How did you take off half your position so fast? So like this, right? I had 500 shares. So all I did was this. Sell. Took me 2 seconds, right? So I was in EVGO. I had 500 shares long, right? I'm in the trade. 250, sell. 125, sell. See, it takes me like less than a second to do that, right? So again, 500 shares, boom. I want 1,000. Okay, I can get 1,000. I want to take half. I can take half. I can take 250. I can take 125. Right? Sell. Just like that. Right? I'm just typing it in right there. But the cool thing with TD Ameritrade, which is really nice about TD Ameritrade, guys, is you can change these buttons. Right? So let's say your typical position size is 500. We can do 250 and 125. So let's say you go 1,000 shares, buy, and you want to take half, 500 shares, sell. You want to take a half of a half, 250, sell. You want to take another half of a half, 125, sell. You can add your hot buttons. You can add some hot buttons right here on TD Ameritrade, and you can change these to anything that you want. And so you can actually, you know, just click through these, right? And you can take half of a half, a fourth, and do all that. Yeah. So do you want to know how to change these now? You come into your little gear icon right here, configure your buttons. All right, you're going to want to configure. No, it's not in the configure your buttons, is it? Where the fuck is it? Cole, where is it? You know this. I forgot how to do this. I haven't used TD in forever. There is a way to change these. I know, because I've changed them before. Is it in your startup? Is it in your application settings? Cole, where you at? It's in setup? No, I don't see it in here. Yeah, setup, and it's I haven't done this in forever. I know there is a way to change it though. Active trader. I don't even have anything. I don't have anything in setup or active trader. No, you're good, Sam. It is somewhere though. It is somewhere, and you can change these to whatever you want. I could have swore it was here. It was somewhere right here. Maybe it's chart settings. Is it chart settings? No, I don't think it's there either. It's somewhere here. We're going to find it. We're going to find it. I could have swore it was this little gear icon, but it's definitely not this gear icon. Quantity. Where's quantity? You got quantity. Quantity doesn't even show up. Yeah, it's right there. Quantity with buttons. I forgot how to do it. Order default. Oh, the increments, right? Order increments. Yes, it is the increments. So you can go 125 increments, right? So let's say you like to do 125, 250, 500, right? And that's how your increments. So set your order increments to 125. Default quantity of orders, let's just go 125 too. And then we'll apply those settings. And then let's come back over here. It still didn't change. Shut it down, pop it back up. Set up, application settings, defaults, 125. 125. 125, enter. There you go, see? So just like that, you can change those, right? It's, you know, if you go, you know, because I do 1,250 shares a lot, right? And so this is really easy. Because let's say I do a 625 share position. I can go buy. I have 1,250, then I can sell. But let's say I want to start taking partials, right? Let's say I want to take fourths. I can take fourths. So I can sell, right? So that's how you get to do it. You know exactly the concept. So you would basically just come up to your settings, application settings, order default. Thank you, Sam, by the way. And let's say just your typical position is 2,000 and you want to be able to do 1,500 to maybe 250. Well, just set that to 250. Set that to 250. Apply that in. And now look at all your defaults, right? Now you can literally do 750 shares and scale out, right? How would you do it? You would buy 750 shares and then go 250 and you can go sell, right? So that's how you can actually configure those hot button quantity buttons on your TD if you don't want to use hotkeys. But if you want to use hotkeys, again, application settings, hotkeys, active trader, make sure it's enabled, and then go through and customize these exactly the way that you want. So when you do the hotkeys, where do you input the number of shares? That's the thing. You still got to manually input your number of shares. So now we just taught you how to set this, you know, these buttons for all your typical orders. But if you do like 11 shares, you still have to type in 11 shares and then use a hotkey, right? So what's the point, right? You still got to type in the amount of shares that you want to buy unless you got the buttons. And then you're going to go back to your keyboard and hotkey in and out? I don't know. So to answer your question, when you do the hotkeys, where do you do the input number of shares? You still got to type that in manually if I'm not mistaken. Am I seeing divergence on MITQ? Let's go look at MITQ real quick. On a 5-minute, no. On a 5-minute, you still have room to fall, but you kind of see it's trying to round and trying to find a base. Same thing, you're trying to round and trying to find a base. But on the 1-minute, yes, you kind of see a little bit of divergence. You see it increasing. But overall, if you go to a higher time frame and you actually look at the 5-minute, the 5-minute actually still shows that you may still have some more time to be finding a bottom on MITQ. But yes, to answer your question, what you saw on the 1-minute on MITQ is slight divergence. It's not clean, it's not great, but it is considered divergence. So yes. Yes, only check the auto send. Only check auto send when you're 100% comfortable with hotkeys. Because I tell you what, auto send's on and you're fucking around, you might be in and out of trades without even realizing it. Angel, make it happen. Follow your edge. This is your edge. Wait for your confirmation. Don't anticipate it. You know what I mean? Do not jump the gun. Do not anticipate it. Wait for the confirmation that you've seen a billion times. You've been looking at this for weeks. You know what you need to see to make an entry. Wait until you see what you know you need to see to make an entry. And if you see that, have a plan, jump in, let me know the results. I'm curious to see how this goes. Is EVGO still rocking? Nah, I'm glad I got out. Good call, guys. Good call. I mean, I sold right at the high. So that was a good little exit. I'm not trading. I'm answering questions. I run the chat. Best trading platform from newbies, Webull or TD Ameritrade? Yeah, Fridays do have short squeezes lately. Sometimes 50-50 now. Keep it simple is my rule. I love it. Q-tip. Kiss. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Yep. You know, recapping real quick before we kind of wrap up our day, guys. You know, CYTO. I never got a trade on CYTO, but for those of you that got a trade on CYTO, congratulations, right? You earned it. I didn't touch it, but hey, you guys saw an opportunity. You guys took advantage of it. Good job. NEGG, it never confirmed anything to take an entry. RIDE, intraday, never confirmed for an entry. I'm still holding my position from last night. You'll see that out of that account soon. I took an EVGO trade. EVGO, one trade, $200. I traded the beautiful, the lovely NUZE, the one that just absolutely faked everybody out. I mean, it was looking good, looking great. I mean, that was just the nastiest candle I've ever seen. What a small cap. What a small cap stock. You know, I give it the middle finger. That's how I feel about small caps lately. I don't like using the M word a lot, manipulation, but when you see a lot of this shit consistently, it seems a little like manipulation, right? You got the big players on the other side of that trade, right? Pumping it up, bringing all these inexperienced retail traders in. I'm one of them, I guess. I bought it and then flushing out. I see the trend. I see the trend, right? 80% of the time, you're seeing these setups that look like, okay, this is going to be a move, and you're getting in for that move, and then these big washouts, these big flushes, and it's aggravating because, you know, again, this is not how small caps used to be, but that's the way it is now, and we have to adapt. That's it. We have to adapt. So what do? We adapt. So yeah, so I mean, overall, I mean, coming into the end of the day, I mean, do you have anything? You know, Rivian is sitting sideways, right? It's consolidating. It has like little to no volume now. It's sideways. You know, the market's slowing down. The EVGO, slowing down. RIDE, it's pulling back. Why are we touching it? NEGG, there was never a reason to get involved. CYTO, sitting sideways. So right now, guys, some of our top gainers, what we were really looking at, the market's definitely slowing down a little bit. You know, MRAM, maybe it breaks 10. You know, it has this look like it wants to break 10. If you guys are still trading, you know, it definitely has this look like it wants to try and get a break over 10. And if it does, I mean, maybe $11.20 on MRAM. It's got that nice little ascending triangle look to it. BTB is moving again. BTB, this thing is all over the place. BTB in a new all-time high today. Sam, when you are looking to buy the dip or the pullback, do you put the order in beforehand and wait for it to hit? Or do you wait for the price to go down and then buy? I wait for the price to come down and then buy, right? Because anything could happen at any point in time, right? Let's say the stock, right, broke over this level of resistance. So let's say the stock is, you know, grinding, and it breaks, right? And you're looking to be a buyer for the pullback, right? You want to be a buyer like right in this area. You know, what do I want to see when the stock is pulling back, right? I want to see the stock pulling back on less volume, right? Less volume. If I don't see that decreasing volume during the pullback, that to me isn't really, I'm not really confident, right? I want to see less and less and less sellers down to support, so then we can easily see a transition from buyers, right? So the one reason why I would not have an order already is, what if we see the stock like that, right? Let's see that you have decreasing volume, then out of nowhere, big, big selling volume moves in and it pulls back hard. Now you're filled and it's dumping. But if you would have seen that increasing volume, right, during that leg down, you may have been a little cautious to take an entry. So that's why I wait until we're down around that level, because I really want to see what the volume looks like. I don't want to have an order and wait, because what if out of nowhere, big volume spike, big flush, I wouldn't want to take the trade. And I would hate to have an order in there and not be quick enough to cancel that order to avoid the trade altogether. So I wait on the pullbacks and I do them manually. Friday short squeeze, PHUN, DWAC. Yeah. What are we seeing? We're seeing some action with DWAC and PHUN. Again, it's, you know, the stock's flatlined for the last 2 weeks. Why is it popping up today like this? What's volume? Well, Fridays are known for short squeezes. So I don't know if that's what it is or why it's popping. I mean, it has this rounded look to it. It's grinding off the 20 EMA. It came back and retested and found support right around that 52.63, and it's moving up here, but I'm not touching it. I mean, I think this is a risky stock to get involved with. I mean, after that big run up and how it just dropped hard, I mean, I'm not convinced that it's a good trade or anything like that. These are what we call typical pump and dumps, right? Pump and dumps. I mean, just, you know, big pop like that and then just completely turn south. Just turning south, not even showing any signs of redemption here on BBIG. I hope you guys did not get involved, and if you did, hopefully you guys made profit. But that was just a, you know, when did that pop? 1024. You had that news. Zamatov and Zash beta test social media reach and frequency tool in partnership with EDC Las Vegas exceeding expectations. So how does this? Okay, Zash and Vinco Ventures. So what does it say? With millions of mostly international users around the world, Lamotif, the short form video social media application owned by a joint venture of Zash Global Media Entertainment and BBIG, is already a stronghold of international users, but has faced questions about its potential to engage a domestic U.S. user base. On the weekend of October 22nd, they leverage its partnership with EDC Las Vegas as a providing ground in the U.S. culture, landscape, blah, blah, blah. Partnering with Lil Nas X and the Kid Laroi, used its reach and frequency tool under AdRiser for a broad reach into U.S. social media culture and cross-platform. So I mean, it has news, but it wasn't anything like super, super awesome, right? News, it popped, and now it's selling back off here a little bit. So I don't think it was good enough to keep the buyer's interest. You know, it was news, which got the initial pop, probably an algorithmic pop. You know, algorithms react to news so much faster than humans can, right? So when you see those pops, right, algos react to news. You guys know that, right? When the SPY, you know, we remember when Trump would tweet. You know, Trump would tweet. You know, those algorithms would react to Trump tweets. Like, seriously. And, you know, it wasn't all retail. It was actually algorithmic. So stuff like this is algorithms are tailored and programmed around news to react around keywords and news and stuff like that. So, I mean, honestly, right when that press release dropped, it spiked, right? Just immediately spiked. I mean, there's no way that a retail trader saw that right when it dropped and then it just boom at that exact second, right? That was definitely an algorithmic spike. And then you saw some traders trying to jump in after the fact, and now it's pulling back and selling off. There's no opportunity there now. And maybe people holding it, yeah, you know, it popped up 20. It wasn't even a big pop though. That's the thing. It only popped up 20 cents, right? What is even a big spike? When we say the stock spiked, I'm looking at like dollar spikes. Man, that stock just ripped, right? That stock just spiked big time. right? Oh, where's that $1, $2 move at, right? 20 cents? Yeah. It popped a little bit. Yeah, it popped. A little bit of a volume pop. It moved up, but not like a spike, right? Not like a real big spike. Like this spiked 160, right? The stock went from like 160 to like 240. That was a pretty decent spike, right? It really spiked on up there. You know, what was another one that we were just looking at was DWAC. You know, that one spiked, right? This one definitely spiked. $58 right up to 62. That was a big spike. PHUN, you know, from around 390 up to 430, 460, you know, nice little pop, you know, definitely overall decent little spike there. But it's still grinding. It's still getting some action. That'd be a good lesson on how algos work. Yeah, so, I mean, again, that's probably more of a topic. There's not a lot to talk about when it comes to algos, right? It's more of a topic, like what's an algo? An algo is an algorithm. And an algorithm that's coded on a computer. So you have a computer and you have an algorithm that performs tasks. Well, this algorithm will buy and sell stocks, right? So it's a computer that has an algorithm coded into it, whatever, right? And it will buy and sell stocks automatically. You have different types of algorithms, right? You have market maker algorithm, right? So the market makers that literally just buy and sell randomly, right? Buy and sell randomly to make the markets, to provide liquidity, right? They're called market makers. They make the markets because sometimes you just don't have retail traders in the stock, right? No one's in it, or you don't have enough. And that stock is just gonna, you have to make markets. So there are what's called market makers that just one share, they go back and forth to make the market. You have a market maker, that's an algorithm. And then you have, you know, like hedge funds and institutions that use algorithmic computers, right? Computers that are, you know, algorithms to buy and sell securities based on certain criteria, right? Not like a market maker just buying and selling randomly, but maybe, you know, it was, you know, coded or developed, I guess, to, you know, algorithmically buy, right? You know, an algorithmic, I can't even fucking say it right now, buy based on certain criteria like news, right? Maybe this algorithm is scanning for news and certain keywords in a title, in a headline. And if it recognizes a certain press release with a certain headline and a certain title, it'll buy it, right? It'll just buy, right? And then sell 10 cents later, right? Maybe that's it, right? Maybe that's one way that an algorithm is used. You know, again, there's, you know, back, you know, when Trump was in office, anytime he would make a tweet, the markets would react huge. That wasn't retail, right? Retail comes in after the fact. Algo's first to the party. Retail comes in second, right? You got these supercomputers that are scanning for news, right? At one point in time, you got algorithms like scanning for Trump tweets. And if Trump would tweet based on some keywords, the markets would react, right? There's no way, you know, retail traders, humans are reacting that quick. Tweet, post, and then boom. Like you see the SPY rip $3 or drop $3. It was insane. Well, that was algorithmic buying, right? So there's all kinds of different ones. The top two that you need to know about, right, are going to be your market makers, right? Market makers, those are algorithms that just randomly buy and sell to make the markets. And then, you know, hedge funds and institutions, you know, they have algorithms. Again, it's just a computer that is designed, I guess, to just perform certain actions. In this case, it's to perform buy and sell orders based on certain criteria. And what could that criteria be? It could be press releases, keywords in press releases, volume. There's a lot of different things. And the key takeaway about an algo, right? Algorithmic price action is, you know, think of it in terms of keeping it simple, stupid. Like, have you guys ever played chess back in the day on a computer? Right? Does anybody ever play chess back in the day on a computer? Yeah, I have. How many times did you win? Like, not a lot, right? It's pretty hard to beat a computer at a simple game of chess. It's pretty hard to beat a computer at a simple game of checkers, right? Because it's a computer. That's an algorithm in a sense, right? That the computer playing you is just an algorithm, right? It's just a formula. It's a mathematical formula that does certain things if something were to happen. It reacts to data, right? That's an algorithm. So you're playing against a computer. You're playing against an algorithm. Like, can you win? Maybe every now and then, but not all the time. So just keep it simple, stupid. Stocks. Do you want to trade against algorithms? Probably not, because you're probably going to lose more times than you win, right? So that's why we really focus on volume. We know that 80 to 90% of the volume in the market every day on any stock, every stock out there, 80 to 90% of the volume traded across the board is algorithmic volume. So what's the other 10 to 20%? That's retail. And so why do we focus so much on this stock has 80% of the retail focus? Because when we have 80% of the retail focus on one stock, we dominate, we overpower the algorithmic volume. That's there. It's there, but our volume overpowers it. We're stronger than that algorithmic volume for that given day on that particular stock. That's why, you know, every professional trader talks about a high relative volume, right? Relative volume, high relative volume. You know, when you have high relative volume and you have retail traders on, you know, one or two stocks, that's when they become predictable. That's why we want to trade those, because it's human behavior, it's psychology at the end of the day. So the last thing you want to be doing is finding a stagnant stock, buying it and wondering why you're losing money. Well, you're trading in a sense against a computer, against an algorithm, just like chess and checkers on a computer. It's pretty hard, right? You want to be able to find the stocks that have, you know, other people like you and me. And that's when we come look at the volume. We look at, you know, other factors to get an idea of, you know, is this where, sorry, there's a gnat flying around, damn it. Is this where we want to be? Is this where everybody else is? Is this where, you know, the consistency is going to be? Is this where the predictability is going to be? All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. I think we're done for the day, right? Again, we come in, we identify the opportunity on Fridays. If you're still here trading, maybe you're good at trading on Fridays. All I know is I'm not good at trading on Fridays. I lose more than I make on Fridays. So why do I not really play a lot on Fridays, like throughout the day? Because 80 to 90% of the time, Fridays are dead. What about the other 10 to 20%? That's just when the market's hot on Fridays in the afternoon. That happens. We have seasons for that. This is not the season for that, guys. Right? We haven't seen a hot Friday in a while. Look at Rivian. It's flatlining. EVGO, sideways. RIDE, falling. NEGG, falling. CYTO, sitting sideways. Right? MRAM. It looks like it could break 10, but do you have traders here? Right? It's a mindset thing. There's 100 traders in the market like me, professionals like me, and they know Fridays suck. And they know Fridays, volume's gone around 11. What do you think they're doing? See ya. I'm out of here. I'm going to go on the boat, drive my Ferrari or something. I don't know. Right? They're not here. So that's why you see volume go away, because traders are leaving. But every now and then, you'll have a hot Friday. And then the traders are like, okay, I'm going to stick around a little bit longer because maybe today's hot. We haven't seen a hot Friday in a very long time. Right? So again, today the mindset is come in, make your money, call it a day, enjoy your weekend, come back. When other traders come back, Money Monday, right? So Fridays just aren't the best of the best days, guys. And Angel's kind of hitting it on the head. Great message this morning. Soul mapping, right? There's so many other things you could be doing right now. You don't need to be addicted, sitting in your office, looking at a freaking computer. Unplug digitally. Unplug digitally. Your week's done. You've made your money, right? You don't sit here and give it back. The last thing I want you guys doing is being up $2 grand for the week and taking a dumb trade and giving it all back, right? Keep the profits that you have. You're up, lock it in, unplug digitally, right? Go out and spend time with your family, your loved ones, those loving relationships. Optimize your health. Go work out. Go jog. Go rollerblade. I don't fucking know. Connect with nature. Do something that you're a hobby. You're like, look at the soul mapping, Angel. Thank you. Soul mapping. Do something else besides this. There's more to trading than just the money. There's more to trading than just having fun with me and just having fun, right? And the energy. There's more to it, right? There's life. There's freedom. So enjoy your life. Enjoy the freedom that you have as stock traders, right? Don't give all your profits back when we know Fridays suck. Most of the time, all right? Even Ed hates Fridays. A lot of professional traders hate Fridays, right? And they're done around 10 to 10:30. And that's when everybody closes up shop. So what do we want to do over the next couple of minutes, though? Read a shutdown. We done? What are you guys thinking? I don't know if Cole wants to jump on. Maybe we just save Cole for next week when we have a different market conditions. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Standby Fridays are for puts. I like it. Do I invest in REITs? No, I don't. I want to, but I don't. I don't look at, again, guys, if you're new to the stream, I'm engaged with you guys for like the first 30 to 45 minutes, but then I work with everybody inside of in our community. Bring who on? Nah. You can see it? It's a bad habit, biting my lips. Because they're scabby. Because of my allergy. I don't know. I'd blame it on the allergies. Said the only. I love your content, though. Don't take it personal. I took it so personal. You hit me in the feels, man. I'm really upset with you right now, and I'm going to be a snowflake about it. I'm going to be a snowflake. And I'm going to complain. And I'm going to block you and report you because you hurt my feelings. And I don't like it at all. I need my safe space. I need to go outside because you hurt my feelings. Sorry, I'm stupid sometimes. Love you, bro. I love you too, bro. I do bite my lips a lot though. I should probably stop. I'm bleeding out a little bit. You guys are liking it now. I like this guy talking smack about snowflakes. Fuck the snowflakes. I'll like it too. We love a short king. I don't know what that means. I see that every day in this feed. What the fuck does a short king mean? We love short king. Is it because I short stocks, or is it because I'm a short guy? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. All right, guys. It's a troll. Oh, we love short. It's a troll. Okay, I thought someone was really I love short king. I'm I'm the short king. I'm hold on. And that's what I thought. Maybe because I short stocks. Maybe because I'm a short guy. I'm all right, okay. I'm no, it's a troll. Before we go, I do want to have you guys looking at PHUN because it is getting some activity. DWAC because it is getting some activity, guys. I would just hate for us to jump into a trade and out of nowhere just see a dump. Why is it moving? I understand there's no catalyst, and I understand Fridays are known for short squeezes, and that's what we could see, but do we have any credibility as to, is this stock heavily shorted? That's what we first have to understand, is do we think this stock is heavily shorted? And if it was, why did it not pop on a prior Friday? Last Friday on the 5th, what happened? It didn't do anything, all right? The Friday before that was the 29th. Where's the 29th at? Right there. It didn't do anything. So using that approach, if Fridays were known for short squeezes, which they are, that means you should have seen maybe some action on a prior Friday if the stock has been heavily shorted. The last 2 Fridays, it's done nothing. Why is it just now moving 2 weeks later? And we don't even have any data to suggest this stock is shorted. And if I can't short DWAC or PHUN, right, on light speed, I don't know of anybody else that's really shorting this either. Maybe hedge funds and stuff like that, and institutions but I can even locate. They don't have shorts on these. They didn't have shorts on these. So I know if Lightspeed doesn't have it, maybe Centerpoint and Cobra doesn't have it. So is there an abundance of shorts really in this? In the first place? I don't know. Oh, short king. Gotcha. That makes sense, Kids King. All right. That makes sense right there. Let's go look at I'm just curious if we go look at the details of DWAC. This stock had been moving over the past how long's it been? They report short data every 2 weeks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got 2 weeks. Let's see what their short data is. It'll be updated. Short float is not updated. Let's go look at PHUN's short float. Do they have any short information? So the float on PHUN is 80 mil, the float, and the short float is 5 mil. It's less than 10%. It's not high enough for a short squeeze. And why did I say 2 weeks? Because companies report to the exchanges every 2 weeks, they're short interest, like how much of their stock is shorted, and it's updated every 2 weeks. So if I'm looking, 2 weeks ago, within the last 2 weeks, I see that the short float was 5 million, but the float's 80 million, so it's less than 10% short as of 2 weeks ago, if this data is correct. So I wouldn't really say it's like any kind of like short squeeze. It's just bouncing here a little bit, just getting a nice little technical pop off the 20 EMA, PHUN, nice little technical pop off the 20 EMA, DWAC. Yeah, I'm good, but I'm still here for you guys. That's the thing. Like, I'm good. I'm done trading. Right here. Look, I'm gonna take my little tool. I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna paste it in profits chat. Right, just like that. I'm gonna take my broker. Yeah, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to shut it down. Done. I'm done trading for the day. It's Friday. So yeah, you can definitely hit up the video lessons library. That's something that I want to get started on. I want to start editing more lessons for you guys, and I want to try and get them all done this week. And like this week, I've been trying to bang out 2 a day. Getting this interview in there, getting some of our longs and shorts. I'm going to focus on those, get those in the video lessons library here within the next hour, and then I'm trying to work on the rest of those before I leave the house around 3 o'clock. All right, guys. So good job. And good work, team. Good work, traders. Way to crush it this week. We saw profits chats absolutely just rocking and rolling this week. You guys are crushing it, even though we've realized, small caps are becoming more choppy, less consistent. We have to be even more patient with our trading. And me personally taking that small step back so I can take my next step forward. This was a great week overall for you guys to learn from my mistakes and also learn how I'm able to just come back from those mistakes and make small adjustments and changes to move forward instead of just getting discouraged and continuing to do the same thing over and over and over, right? Being able to take a step back, realize where I'm fucking up, right? And make these changes to move forward to get back in the game, all right? So I hope you guys learned a lot this week. It was a very value-packed week with Kenneth being on the mic, talking about shorting, long setups, short setups, and getting kind of hearing what I've been going through and how I'm changing and how I'm making these, I'm adapting as a trader. And then even today, just having some other value bombs in regards to your soul mapping, right? So again, I think it was a great week. It was a fun week, very educational and value-packed week, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had fun. Have an amazing rest of your Friday. Be smart and trade safe. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there, guys. And I want to see every one of you back here inside of chat bright and early at the start of pre-market, 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time as we kick off our Money Monday trading. If you guys need anything, you know where to find me. Shoot me a message here inside of chat or send me an email, josh@alphadaytrading.com. Until next time, I love you all and have an amazing weekend. In 3, 2, 1. Woo! That's right, baby. I'm going to leave you guys with some energy on this beautiful Friday. Enjoy the rest of that day, baby. Enjoy that weekend. My neighbors hate me, but I don't give a shit. And I'll see you guys on Money Monday. All right, guys, I'll see you guys. Have an awesome weekend. Take care and be safe.